Hello everyone, how you all doing? My name is Aaron Mofo, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a different one. First off, today is Autism Acceptance Day. I can't even speak. Autism Acceptance Day. And I can't speak. Right, so today's going to be a bit of a different video because today I'm going to be talking about being autistic and my experience with it. Basically, this is just going to be like the video that Never Give Up made. If you didn't know, he's the bloke from Sweden who made the Being Ugly, My Experience video. So I pretty much just stole that off him. So yeah, this is what it was going to be. I am going to be reading my experience off a script because, as you just saw then, every time I try and do one of these like just talking videos, talking to the camera, I always, don't know what I'm going to say. And then I stutter, and then there's just awkward silences, and yeah. So that is why. But firstly, I'm gonna bring my drink over because I gotta say I'm too unprepared for this. All right. Anyway, here is my experience with autism. Hold on. All right. Being autistic, my experience. I was first diagnosed with autism in 2015 when I was 8 years old. My parents started getting me tested in 2013 though, however, as they would wonder why I acted different to other kids in the town we lived in at the time. When we moved to our new and current town, I found it difficult to warm up to it as I didn't know anyone and there was no play park outside our house, unlike the one we had previous, because though I'd go out our back gate, there'd be like a little park, little playground, where I'd play, and then all the neighbours would come out, and so to warm up to the new house, I would ride my scooter. I don't have one anymore, but I had one then, just up and down the street, which was incredibly boring because I wasn't doing anything. Until I met a kid who lived down the road from me, who I'm not really friends with now, but obviously we were friends back then, so that's all that really mattered, wasn't it? In January of 2014, I moved to a different primary school as I was still going to my old one before. So I moved to my new town, but then I was still going to the old primary school. But because it was like half an hour away, I decided to move to a new one. So I moved to a different primary school, but I found it quite difficult to make friends as I was nervous and I didn't like playing with people all the time. Like I would play with people, but not all the time. Sometimes I wanted to just be alone. So that's why I would walk just around the playground, being lost in my own thoughts. My parents would question me on why I didn't play with any other kids like in my old primary school and just play by myself. Another thing that happened would be that I would sometimes get in trouble because I didn't understand certain instructions and would occasionally crash out when I didn't understand. This happened at both primary schools. When I was diagnosed, I was able to get into less trouble, but it still did happen time to time. Thankfully, I was starting to understand some things. One example of me getting in trouble was this one time when I was in, I think it was the start of year 4, and I remember we all had calculators. Some of us had calculators, others had what are they called now? Number pads. That's what they're called. Some of us had number pads. The teacher said, "Go put all the number pads and stuff away." Thing is, she didn't say calculator, so I just assumed it was number pads, and she said, "Oh, you all have exactly 20 seconds to go do it." And then I went and put my calculator away after, and then I got in trouble for that. But yeah. But hold on, I forgot I wrote this. But yeah, so when I was diagnosed, I was able to get into trouble, but it still did happen inside time. Thankfully, I was starting to understand some things and managed to make an improvement with my learning and somewhat my behaviour. When I moved into secondary school, however, it was a lot different because I intended on keeping my autism a secret. I would just stay quiet to myself and try not to have anyone's attention on me, but stimming blew that right out the water. Autism deeply affected secondary school because people would try and make jokes with me or say things like, "We're best friends, aren't we?" or just laugh at me and make a big deal out of me doing normal stuff, but I'd not understand these things, which would then cause me to be known as one of the weird kids. When 2020 came around, 2020 lockdown, I tried to work on myself and I had a little bit of a success, but it wasn't until 2021 when I came across a trio on YouTube called The Dropouts. Now, obviously I'm going to link their channel in the description, but do be careful though. I don't say, not saying be careful, but do be aware though, because a lot of their content might be seen as offensive to some. The reason why, though, this trio helped me was because 2 of these members were from the East. So I think one of them was from Somalia, the other one was from like Pakistan, I'm pretty sure. But like East, like, you know, South Asia, I think, as it was called. So they were from the East, but they would make racist jokes about themselves. So like one would say that he snuck into the country illegally, while the other one said that, oh, he was behind 9/11, you know, fucking terrorist jokes, you know, all that stuff. So I realised that if they did that with their race, maybe I could do this with my autism. And it actually did help a lot, because obviously because, you know, I'd just be like making jokes, like they'd say like, somebody would ask me, why don't you understand? I'd just say, oh, because I'm a special fucker, you know. So stuff like that kind of helped me a little bit. But yeah. So I wasn't seen, so by year 11, I wasn't really seen much as the weird kid anymore, but people still obviously did laugh at me. You know, they'd still say that we're best friends. When I went to prom, there was a couple of people who were making a big deal out of that. Also, like, when school finished, because in my town, when school finishes, there's this field, like, next to the schools, where everyone goes and gets pissed, and I went there. And again, you know, people make a big deal out of that. But yeah. And again, obviously, they still pretend to be my friends, saying that obviously fucking, you know, we're best friends, aren't we? Obviously, I know some of them probably think that, you know, I'm too special to know that that's all a joke. I'm assuring you now, I know that you're taking the piss. I'm not falling for it. I know we're not best friends because I don't fucking know you. I'm playing along. So I'm saying that now. I am 100% playing along. So, life now. I'd like to say that none of these things happen anymore, but if I said that, I'd be bullshitting. People still laugh at me in the hallways at college, you know, like in the library, you know, sometimes, like, there'll be someone that I do know. They'll say hello, and they're like, the whole group, like, oh, how do you know him, you know? Stuff like that. There's people who still say we're best friends, but I just play along, because thing is, if they've had a shit day, and, you know, them saying that we're best friends, even though we've never spoke, if that's going to make their day, then you know what, Sam, I'll do it. I'll play along. I'll play along. But yeah, I just play along, and I can still be quite awkward when I meet new people, because that was obviously like one of the biggest things, you know, meeting new people. You know, I hated it. But, you know, after about like 5 minutes of speaking, you know, I'll become comfortable around you, you know, and I'll open up a bit. I'll be a bit less awkward. So, yeah. So it's not just Autism Acceptance Day, it's going to sound weird, it's Autism Acceptance Month, but it doesn't start until the 2nd. It's weird. April Fool's is just like an exempt day for some reason. So, yeah. But I'd like to thank you for watching this video, thank you for listening to me, even though I did probably stutter a lot, and it was quite hard listening to me speak. I know this was a bit different. Thing is, if you do want me to make more content like this, it will be on my second channel, link in the description, thing here as well, somewhere. So yeah, you can go subscribe to that, and I'll do more stuff like this. But until then, it's just going to be normal videos now. If you didn't see my story on Instagram or TikTok, first off, go follow them. And second off, I've made a new upload schedule now, and hopefully I can stick to it. But yeah. So it's time to go now. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Also, again, make sure to subscribe to my second channel. And I'm just going to drop my phone and wish you all a nice little day. Alright, goodbye.